Hello everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Osereme. If today is your first time ever seeing my channel, thank you so much for being here. Please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that when I upload my next video, you'll be the first to see it. Today's video is all about the making of this beautiful white wedding dress. This is a sew along video, so I'm basically taking you guys through the sewing process step by step. It's not a full tutorial, but definitely you will get one or two things from this. So if you're interested, keep on watching and let's get started. For the making of this particular dress, I made use of a corset base, and this was the corset base that I used. Now, this particular corset base was filmed as a paid course. So for those of you who might be interested, this has been advertised severally on the channel already. But if you're interested, you can send us a WhatsApp message if you would like to be a part of this particular course. All right. So we created the base, and after which I told the client to come fit it, which she did, and it looked absolutely beautiful, as you can see on her right now. So this was the first thing we did. After creating the base, we now decided on what we wanted the body of the dress to look like. So now for bases, when you're working with a base, now the color of the base will depend on what you're making in particular. Now for this particular dress, we're making a white wedding dress, so we use the white base. But you can also use a brown like this one. If you want it to look transparent, like you want it to look like skin, very much like it should show very much at the upper part, then you can use this and then use a white lace on top of it for something that you want to look brown on the inside like skin and then have like lace on top. You can use this type, but for this particular one that we made, the client wanted it to look all white but at the same time having a little bit of transparency around the waist area. So this white was just best for it because the white is transparent as well, so what you will see under would be her actual skin and not brown. I hope you guys understand. So after our first fitting with her, she decided that she wanted the neckline area of the back to be a little bit deeper, so that's why we had some cut here, as you can see. And then we went ahead to add the skirt part. The skirt was going to be a mermaid skirt, so we went ahead to cut it and added it. And then she came for a second fitting, and you can see her here. So now she wore the corset and then the skirt together, and then I went ahead to pin down the areas of the skirt that were too big on the side. And here we were deciding on how deep she wants the V shape in front to be. So she wanted to have a basque waistline. And you guys, if you notice, this is the method of joining the skirts that we're working with here is an inbuilt method where you have a full blouse and then you have a full skirt and then you join the blouse and the skirts together. This joining for an inbuilt corset is usually done on the waist. So you have some part of the blouse inside the skirt so that you can lace the blouse all the way down when you put on the dress and then have a better fitting. So that is it, guys. I've gone ahead to cut her one side and she was okay with the depth of the basque waistline. Now I'm going ahead to pin down the other side so that I can cut it out as well. Now when you're doing this, you need to pin it down. It's easier and it makes everything easier for you when you pin it down on the client, so that when you're sewing, you know exactly where you'll be stitching down. Okay. So now I am going ahead to cut out the second part. You have to be very careful so that you don't cut into the net that is on the upper part. So after I was done, we decided on the tool that will fit her skin tone better. So if your client comes over for fitting, this is the best time to do this. Decide on which tool fits their skin better as they're there and then use it. Okay. So using the tool and my yoke, I went ahead to create the yoke here while she was still around. And this is what it looks like. So she did the fitting again and I was sure that everything looked okay. But if you have a client that is not physically available, you can actually do this on your dress form. Okay. So this is a closer look at my yoke. I had just pinned it down for now. It has not been stitched down, but we just wanted to make sure that it looks good on her so that she doesn't come for multiple fittings. So this is what it looked like. After she had left, I marked the areas where we'll be stitching down the basque waistline on the blouse. Okay, so you can see before I removed the skirt, I also marked it, letting it go all the way to the back part. Now this was the yoke that we pinned down. It's still yet to be stitched down, but this would enable me to be able to do things now easily. So now what I want to do is I want to add my lace to the upper part, but I'm going to be stopping this lace on where the V shape that I marked for the basque waistline stopped. Okay, so this is it. I have pinned the lace down. Now you can see this lace is actually beaded, so we're going to be doing a lot of hand stitching here. So I've pinned it down and I pinned it following the V shape in front for where we're going to be adding the skirt. The lace doesn't need to go all the way down to the end of the blouse, because then we'll be wasting the materials, because the end of the blouse is not going to be showing. So the part that is going to be showing, I have just placed my lace, and what I'll go ahead and do now is to use my needle and thread to secure the lace in place, and then I'm going to go over to the sewing machine and attach the upper part with the bottom part. So guys, this is what it looked like after I was done joining the skirt part to that area that we had the V shape. So you can see it looks really neat, as you can see. And then after I was done with this, I also did the same lace placement on the cup areas. As for now, you can see it's plain, and then for the back as well, the skirt has been stitched down, as you can see. So she came to fit it after I was done with everything and decided that we should add a train, which we did, and you can see what it looks like on her. So after this, we did the final finishing of the dress, and this was what it looked like on her wedding day. It looked absolutely beautiful. She looked stunning. So let me just leave you people to just watch the clips of the wedding and how the dress looks like on her.